Hello and welcome to more Vintage Cube Draft. So this is actually the first draft that I'm doing after going through all of my data. If you haven't seen the video going through my Vintage Cube data, there will be a link in the description, or you can just search for it on my channel. But there's a lot of cool things that I learned from that data that I'm going to try and experiment with and apply. I think the most important one that I got out of that was trying to force archetypes around a certain card. Doesn't work so well. I think basically like I overestimated the amount of times I would draw a certain card. Like for example, Soul Ring. And so I built my deck in a way that it didn't work without Soul Ring, and then my deck was quite bad when I didn't draw Soul Ring. So I'm going to make a conscious effort to try to avoid that. He says before he potentially takes Mana Tithe. I mean Mana Tithe, if you're drafting purely to optimize win rate, I think it would be like Porcelain Legionnaire or Stonecoil Serpent, but okay. Yeah, you could go Legionnaire into like Jite, that would be pretty good. But I kind of like High Tide into Daze or Dimir Signet maybe? I don't know. It's hard to interpret that data too much while drafting because there are so many factors to consider. There's also, you know, what I'd like to draft, and if Storm is open, I have yet to draft it this season. So like I'm going to try and do that just because like for me it's more fun than just drafting strictly to win, because I'd like to play a diversity of decks. That's why I play Cube instead of Constructed. I don't want to play like the same Constructed deck over and over, and that's kind of the appeal of Cube, is you get to try a bunch of different things. So I think I am going to take Daze. I do value this card quite highly. I wouldn't blame anyone for taking Dimir Signet. Kolaghan's Command is a very good card. And then I like Elspeth and Jite, but I've drafted a lot of aggressive decks lately, so I'm kind of tending towards more of the unfair spectrum of things. Here we have Shark Typhoon. I am actually a big fan of Shark Typhoon. It's good in like mid-range control. It's okay in Storm. I guess it can give you can cast the enchantment and then win off sharks. It's a good combo with Treasure Cruise, although I probably would hope to wheel Mana Flare over Treasure Cruise here. Although Treasure Cruise is quite good with Frantic Search, I don't like it so much with like Time Twister and things like that. I think I have historically overvalued this card, although it is quite good. And then Golos is good, Everflowing Chalice is okay. I'll take a Shark Typhoon though. If I can get like a blue control type deck, that would be really nice. Miscalc, Shark Typhoon, Daze. Like maybe we don't play High Tide, we just play like blue control-ish mid-range. That sounds really nice to me. I need to read this card. I know it's a land spell, but I have no idea what the spell side does. So it's a sorcery. X damage, divided as you choose among 2 target creatures or planeswalkers. And if it's 6 or more, it does double. That's actually pretty good for a land. So it's a land that can just kill 2 things. But it can't go face, which would be absurd. If you could have like a Banefire that was also a land. Yeah, that seems quite good. Yeah, there's Garruk Wildspeaker, Lapse of Certainty. I just wish they had 2 Mana Tithes instead of Lapse of Certainty. I'd be okay with that. Yeah, we're gonna take Miscalc though. Ooh, Dig Through Time. I like Dig Through Time here. I think Baleful Strix is good. I actually do like Mutavault. Even in like a mono blue deck, you can like hold up counter magic, keep attacking with Mutavault. It just gives you a way to pressure them. I kind of wish Standstill? Kind of wish Standstill was in the cube. That'd be fun. Battlesphere, obviously red is open too, but we're going to take a Dig Through Time. It's a good way to recoup card advantage and find specific cards if we do end up going for like... One of my favorite decks is mono blue control with like a High Tide Brain Freeze value win condition. Like all you really need is Remand Brain Freeze. You get into a counter war. Even if you lose the counter war, it doesn't matter because the storm count is high. Then you just go like Brain Freeze, Remand, Brain Freeze, and then they lose. So you don't have to commit very much to your deck at all, and then you just end up winning the exchange. Here I like Ugin. It's a really, really nice way to clear the board in a control deck like this. Because like one problem that can happen when you're playing all counter spells is like they slowly resolve threats. The other card to consider is Thirst for Knowledge or Revoker, but I like Ugin more. So Ugin gives you a failsafe of like, okay, we've been playing this game. They've slowly built up like a small amount of board presence. Now I can play Ugin, wipe the board, and then, you know, win off Shark Typhoon or something like that. Not a whole lot to go off of here. Pretty hard to take Dark Confidant now that I have 2 8-drops in my deck. I was considering it, but that is a bit rough. Wrath of God is pretty nice in an archetype like this. Not seeing any blue cards. I'm not surprised, especially considering like red and green are very open. Everyone's fighting over Esper or whatever. Still take Wrath of God though. This is probably not a good sign. Although none of these cards are particularly great except Fate's Fetters. So maybe it's not too big of a deal, but not seeing any good blue cards this late in the pack, I mean, means probably everyone's fighting over blue, which I'm not surprised by. So probably we won't end up mono blue like my dream. When blue is open, it feels great. But if blue's not open, you know, we could just move into blue-white, which is an archetype I also quite enjoy. We'll take Fate's Fetters over, I think Hydroid Krasis is the other consideration there. Wow. Porcelain Legionnaire came around. Nobody wants to draft aggro in this cube. Myself included, but that's because I've drafted aggro so many times in a row. I still could take it. Part of me wants to take Stoneforge and see if I can find a Batterskull. I don't think I've ever done that combo in Limited. That could be fun. Trinket Mage is a good speculation if I do get like a Black Lotus, but there was a Jite. Do we think Jite will wheel? I'm going to say no. Okay. I mean, that is embarrassing. I don't know what to say about that. It's a colorless card. I'm taking Jite. We're moving in. Moving into blue-white, not aggro, more like blue-white mid-range, because I don't know if I have enough time to get enough one-drops. But maybe, I mean, I could end up in white aggro. Literally nobody respects this. It's quite frustrating. Gaddock Teague versus Spirit of the Labyrinth. I'll just take this. It's a nice 2-3-1, although it does kind of hurt my deck. There's a Mutavault, Sulfuric Vortex, pretty late. Take the Mutavault. Alright, well, we literally were forced into white because nobody else wanted it. I don't know how much more I can show people that, like, white is one of the best archetypes. But if people are going to not respect that, I'll just keep winning with it. What do we have here? Kythian. Jace the Mind Sculptor is probably what I'm going to take. And then we'll wheel something like Kythian. I don't think I'm going to wheel Cryptic Command, but it's not looking like this deck is going to be able to support Cryptic Command. And I'm not even certain that I'm going to play Jace, but I would like to have the opportunity to. And Condemn is not great in wait a second. Maybe Condemn is great in this deck. I have Jite. No, I think Jace is better. Condemn is fine, and then we're going to wheel either Kythian or Condemn, so we're still going to be able to get a lot of good picks. Here we can take Seachrome Coast. I like Scalding Tarn, but that's only good if I get a blue-white duel, although I could take it on speculation that I'm going to hit a blue-white, because I don't think I've seen any in the packs. And there's a good chance that Seachrome Coast comes around if I take Scalding Tarn, because this pack has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like a quite a good bit of playables. So it really depends. I guess I'll just take the guaranteed blue-white duel. This makes sense to me because if I take Scalding Tarn, it's not a blue-white fetch. It only gets blue. It only gets blue-white if I find like a Tundra. At which point, like if I have Seachrome Coast and Tundra, both of those are blue-white lands. So it actually just makes more sense to take Seachrome Coast here because the payoff for going Scalding Tarn is that I could get 2 duels, which is the same as if I just take Seachrome Coast. So I could take this and then hopefully wheel Unexpectedly Absent. I do actually like Absent quite a bit. This could be a nice Azorius Signet deck, I think. Oblivion Ring and Karn are both cards I would consider putting in here. But I think because I do actually want to fit some of these blue cards in, we'll take the Signet. I do like, Gideon and Elspeth Conquers Death are both very good cards. Trying to decide, and Geist of St. Trath, but I think that this deck is not aggressive enough for Geist. That could be wrong. It's really between these two 5-drops, I think, because I'm going to wheel Vanguard and Geist. I guess taking Scalding Tarn would have worked with Sacred Foundry too. So maybe I should have revised my description. Yeah, actually I guess there was this specific land I could get that would make duels easier, but I think I would still take a playable here. Elspeth Conquers Death. I think I'm going to take Gideon. I just don't have too many really high impact cards to get back with Elspeth Conquers Death. Brazen Borrower, Thalia, Winds of Abandon. I think I like Brazen Borrower more than Thalia in this particular deck. Probably Thalia will come around anyway, but we're a little bit more expensive than the standard like low to the ground blue-white aggro deck, and this card's just very good. So we'll take that and probably end up with Thalia regardless. Banishing Light versus Revelark. I like Banishing Light. Just good versatile removal, and Revelark will probably come around. There's the Batterskull. So I now have Stoneforge, Jite, Batterskull. I have to pass up on a Riftwing Cloudskate to make this happen. I think that's fine. Batterskull is good enough in like enough matchups where it's okay, but I really do like Riftwing. The main thing convincing me to move over is just that I already have Stoneforge and Jite, so like just getting 2 Stoneforge targets just makes it that much better. Savannah Disenchant Brimaz. This could be a good Brimaz deck. Pretty mid-rangey. I guess I'm gonna take Disenchant because now I mostly need a way to. I might actually still put Ugin in the deck, but not High Tide. I mostly need a way to deal with unfair decks. No, we'll take Brimaz. Brimaz is good. Okay, so we did get Kithian and Condemn. At this point, I kind of want to take Condemn. Just needing a bit more removal. This isn't so much of a play 1-drops deck. It's more of a slower deck, so I don't need the 1-drop. I like Yorion, but I would like to have a couple of these 1-mana kill spells. Here we'll take Dismember over... I do quite like Hero of Bladehold, but again, removal is very important to have. Nothing for us here. A lot of red cards going around. I'll take a Fire Blast. Oh no, Kitchen Finks. Kitchen Finks is fine. Okay, we got all the cards we thought we would. Geist versus Adanto Vanguard. I like the Geist. I have quite a bit of removal, so Geist can just get there. It's also hard to kill. I'll take the Vanguard, though. I think I like to keep my curve lower. So someone did take Thalia. I can respect that. We'll take Winds of Abandon, and then take Revelark and Trigon Predator. The thing I'm looking for is more duels. Right now, the mana base is really, really awkward. So I don't even know if I would put Jace the Mind Sculptor in this deck. Or I guess maybe I probably won't play Mutavault, but I'll like probably put Jace in here. Ooh, there's a lot of good ones here. We got Consecrated Sphinx, Opposition, Ponder, and Day of Judgment. I think I'm going to rule out Day of Judgment. I already have Wrath of God. So it's really between Consecrated Sphinx, Opposition, and Ponder. I'm leaning towards the Sphinx. Ponder I don't like because blue is my splash color. So like the odds of me hitting blue early are pretty low. Opposition I think has the highest chance of coming around. So I don't want to take that. And Giver I probably would put in the deck, but I'm just going to take the Sphinx, I think. Seems alright. I would play like another Signet if I could. Solemn, Honor of the Pure, Dack Fade, and Legion's Landing. Right now I have 10 creatures. I don't think this is the best Legion's Landing deck. It's also going to come around. I'll play Solemn. I do have some 6-drops, and getting some good colorless fixing is pretty worthwhile. I'm not quite ready for Honor of the Pure yet. Balance, Metalworker, Palancron, Seasoned Hollowblade, Watery Grave. Part of me wants to take Watery Grave. If I get a blue-white fetch or a black-white fetch, then this helps me get blue-black. I don't think this is so much of a balanced deck because I have a lot of creatures, and Seasoned Hollowblade should come around, so I'll take Watery Grave here. Ooh, Glenelendra I like. Containment Priest is decent. I think I'm going to take Glen. This deck is pretty good against creature decks with Wrath of God, Fate's Fetters, Batterskull, Kitchen Finks, Jite. So I need to shore up my weakness against like Reanimator Storm, and Glen does that quite nicely. Especially with... Oh no! Ancient Tomb and Smuggler's Copter in the same pack. Oh boy. And Thraben Inspector too. And Control Magic. This pack's very good for me. I think I'm just gonna take Smuggler's Copter. I really, really like Ancient Tomb. Let me see. I'm not playing Mutavault. I don't know if I'm playing Ugin in this deck. It's a bit expensive. Probably not playing Dig Through Time because I don't have many cards that go into my graveyard. And Shark Typhoon, somewhere like a 3-drop. So Ancient Tomb will help me cast some of these more expensive cards. I don't think I'm playing Revelark, probably. But Smuggler's Copter, I have 11 creatures. I don't know what to take here. I'm just going to take the Copter. I think that might have been wrong, but I don't think I had enough time to decide. Here, Upheaval, not really this deck. I'm just going to take Vryn Wingmare. I'll bring it in against Storm, but I don't think... Like, this also hurts me quite a bit because I have quite a few non-creature spells. But, like, if I'm playing a deck that, like, Wrath of God, Gideonjar are bad against, then I can bring in Vryn Wingmare to have any hope. Rishadan Port versus Venser. So I would play Rishadan Port as an 18th land. I already have 26 playables. Venser's very good, but he is double blue. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Rishadan Port and just run 18 land, most likely. Here we have, wow, a lot of good cards. Council's Judgment, Mother of Runes. 3 mana remove anything. 1 mana protect from removal. I don't think I'm that concerned about removal. I have a lot of decent cards. I don't think I'm going to be gear hulking. I don't have that many good instants, so it's really between Judgment and Mom. already have Banishing Light, counter. I'm gonna take Mom. It comes down earlier. I kind of regret that now we got Giver of Runes. I guess I can play both. You do. 2-mana 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, copy an instant or sorcery spell. With CMC 2 or less, you cast this turn. Doesn't even have flash. I don't think I'm gonna make that work. So it's between Giver and Mishra's Factory. I guess I'll take Giver. Maybe won't start it in the main deck. It's a late Uro. I want to know, I guess everyone was just forcing blue in this draft. That kind of makes sense to me. Here I'll take Legion's Landing over Honor of the Pure. Seasoned Hollowblade. Alright, somehow, against my best efforts, forcing mono white would have worked out a lot better, which is true of almost every draft. And I keep trying to tell people this. Just draft white. It's so open. I know the reason most people don't draft it is the same reason that I was trying not to draft it here, is like, it's not the most fun archetype, but I see a lot of people concerned about like, how can I win Vintage Cube? And there's a very glaringly easy way to do it that all the data shows. All right, what do we got? What do we got here? So getting rid of Watergrave, not playing that. I think I do play Rishadan Port, and 18 lands here is not crazy. I don't love the... Can I just go mono blue? Is that crazy, just cutting like basically all of these cards? Like I can't really play Daze. This is just mono white. 26, 25, 24. Somehow I ended up with a good mono white deck. At which point I guess I can put Vryn Wingmare in. I can get rid of Wrath of God, bring in Revelark. Yeah, I tried really hard to not have this happen, but I guess now we have Rishadan Port Mutavault. This deck's going to be a lot more consistent. I can cut Revelark, I guess I need that many lands. Legion's Landing, Giver of Runes, Condemn. Copter. I don't know if I need the Signet. Yeah, I think this deck is like slightly short of being mono white. But I don't know if adding the blue will particularly help me. I think 18 land Rishadan Port Mutavault seems fine. I guess this will answer a big question of like, what is better? Playing a more ambitious deck with worse mana, or playing a more streamlined deck with better mana? I'm going to try the streamlined deck and see what happens there. 13 and 2. Not playing any of those. 16. So yeah, 18 land in a relatively aggressive deck seems okay because I'm going to be able to curve out pretty well. I do have Copter. I really don't want to run 18. So I think I'm just... This is so hard. I can run Revelark. That gets back a good bit of my creatures. Okay, that seems fine. We'll just run it like this. See you guys round 1. Alright, we're playing against Calhove 3141. We're going to go first. I'm going to keep this hand, but I don't like it. It's got Mom, Giver, and Condemn. So I have pretty good defense. I'm going to lead with Mom, because if she survives, then like she can protect Giver. And Condemn can make sure that I don't die too quickly. So basically, if they're... No. Okay, we're safe. And Giver of Runes can block Beaumont Courier. Against mono red, I quite like this hand, because it's going to be harder for them to kill my creatures. But we do need to draw spells. Perfect. Let's go Giver. Legion's Landing. Now I have the ability to lifelink. I can just block the Beaumont Courier with Giver of Runes. It's a bit greedy to block with the Vampire, because I'd like to have Mother of Runes active if possible. And now opponent's stuck, and I have access to Giver. I do draw a land, which I don't love, but I can start attacking with Vampire, I think. Recoup some of that damage. Play planes, pass turn. So now I have Condemn and 5 lands. I'm going to keep... I want 5 lands because I do have like Gideon. Rampaging Ferocidon. Okay, so I can Condemn the Ferocidon, because that card is kind of a problem. Okay, there's Revelark. So now I actually don't mind trading off too much. I'm not going to give Vampire Pro Red an attack that seems a little bit too ambitious or aggressive. Swift Spear is fine. And it damages them, which I guess is good. They don't attack. Okay. Ooh, I quite like Brimaz. I'm deciding between Brimaz and Revelark. The benefit of Brimaz is that it has 4 toughness, so it can block the Ferocidon. Benefit of Revelark is it starts putting pressure in the air, forces opponent to start doing things. And I keep thinking about like, well, what if they kill it? But I have Mother of Runes and Giver of Runes in play, so they would have to use 3 kill spells in order to remove my Revelark, at which point that's a totally fine exchange because I still have Mother and Giver of Runes in play. And if they kill Mother of Runes and Giver of Runes, Lightning Strike my face. Sure. So it looks like they are just going face. An attack with Rampaging Ferocidon here would be not the best for me. That's what I was worried about. But if they attack with Hellrider, I can kill it. Yeah, so I think we're still okay. Because now I can attack with... I can start hitting them with Revelark. Play Burmaz. I lose a life here, but it's a good blocker. And here's where Condemn not being Swords to Plowshares really hurts. Ooh, Experimental Frenzy is a problem, actually. Not a big fan of that. Although I think they played a land before casting Frenzy, which I'm not sure I agree with. There's a Plains. Attack for 4 in the air, put him down to 9. I'm debating whether or not it is worth it to play Blade Splicer here. It puts me down to 13, and I can take it at least 4 when they attack, which will put me down to a virtual 9. So the question is, can they rattle off 3 lightning bolts off the top? I think I'll play it, but this could definitely be incorrect, just because I'm losing life. And I'm holding Plains for Smuggler's Copter. I already have 5 lands in play, which is the most expensive card I can cast. Skullclamp is a bit of an... it's not that bad. They can kill their Beaumont Courier to draw cards, but they literally can't cast those cards. Soulscar Mage. And them adding creatures, now they die in 2 attacks. The other benefit of them having Experimental Frenzy is that they can't really like plan to like double spell, because they're only playing what their deck gives them. So they have no idea what they're going to draw. Dismember was actually not the worst draw because of Hellrider. Like, dismembering Hellrider is effectively going to gain me a certain amount of life anyway. So I don't actually dislike that, although it's not the greatest situation to be in. They kill Frenzy, they have 2 cards in hand. Oh. Fair enough. What damage to each creature you don't control? So they leave at the same time. I believe I can get back some things. That was a good draw. A very good draw. So let's give Rimaz protection from red. And then what else do I want to save? I guess the 3/3 Golem. They go down to 4. They're at 4. I can kill the Ferocidon to gain 2 life, but I think it makes more sense to just kill Hellrider in this situation. Okay, they all die. And this is going to target Blade Splicer, Mother of Runes. What? Blade Splicer, Mother of Runes. So, if I dismember the Rampaging Ferocidon, I'm trading 4 life for 3, but then the Ferocidon is gone and it also has Menace. I think it kind of makes more sense to dismember Hellrider. I don't love it, but sometimes you gotta do it. I go down to 6 life here though. But they only have 1 card in hand. They Firebolt my Mother of Runes. They go down to 0 cards in hand, but they do have Beaumont Courier Skullclamp, so they can draw 2. I just want them to attack with the Ferocidon, that's all. But there's no reason for them to attack there, so maybe dismembering Hellrider was a bit ambitious. They Skullclamp the Swift Spear. Okay, so they're planning to block one of my 1/1s. The Undead Relic Ward is pretty nice. I think I can kill them now. I Relic Ward the Beaumont Courier. They have 3 blockers that can block. I think, well, I guess it probably just forces a chump because, yeah, I think this just forces a chump block and then they draw 2 cards and I'll be at 6 life. So we get rid of Beaumont Courier and then swing out. They're forced to block my 3/3s and take 2 damage off Brimaz plus Blade Splicer and go to 2 life. I actually go to 5 here, but that's okay. Easy ability, yes. So we're gonna play our land post combat. We're gonna swing out. Go to 4. We flip Legion's Landing. I guess that block is pretty bad for me, huh? Oh, right, they can't block like that. Okay, so this block makes sense. They lose their Ferocidon and stuff. So first strike damage happens. And I think I'm going to condemn my Golem just to gain life here. Going up to 7 seems very safe compared to being at 4. Especially when I'm about to make a lifelink thing. Okay, we got there. Whew, that was close. Rampaging Ferocidon, kind of an issue. Preventing life gain is really frustrating. I kind of like Wrath of God. I don't... Dismember's tricky. It's like, it was good to be able to kill Hellrider there, but in a lot of situations it's going to be rough. I guess Vryn Wingmare is pretty bad. I don't think I'm ever getting up to Ugin mana. I think I just have to... I want to be able to dismember the Ferocidon because it really shuts down like Face Fetters, Batterskull, and Jite, but I think the fact that I have Jite makes things good. I'm actually going to cut Rishadan Port for a Plains. I could definitely see myself getting mana screwed, and I don't think I'm going to be Rishadan porting mono red on the draw. Although I guess this being a flyer, the fact that this has flying is somewhat relevant. They did seem weak to that, and like, especially alongside Jite or Batterskull, I do actually like Vryn Wingmare. I think I'm gonna get rid of a Danto Vanguard. It's pretty risky against them. Oh boy, this hand would be like maybe okay on the draw, on the play, but I don't think I can keep this on the draw. This one's okay. How do I feel about Dismember? I really don't love it. I want to bottom it. Like, I think it's fine, but it's not better than any of the cards that I'm currently playing. Although, I guess if I like Dismember Swiftspear, it'll roughly like save me the same amount of life. We're just really banking on Gideon and like hopefully Batterskull. Yeah, not the best hand. Okay, well I can Banishing like the Shrine. So that's not the scariest thing. Spirit will trade with the Swiftspear unless I draw something better. That was pretty good. Let's Batterskull some things. Yes, grab Batterskull. Jite would be the card I would get because they're probably going to kill Stoneforge Mystic here. But forcing them to use a removal spell on Stoneforge seems fine. If I can get up to 5 mana, I'm just winning here. Or if they don't have a way to kill Stoneforge, that's also pretty good. I draw Plains. Question is, do I block Monastery Swiftspear? I think I don't. I think I just take the 3. They're probably going to Lightning Strike my Stoneforge Mystic here. Okay, so that tells me they don't have a kill spell, which means Batterskull is coming into play. The Legion's landing. We can Stoneforge Mystic Batterskull down, and then the following turn I can Banishing Light Shrine if they still have that available. I guess a Braid is like the worst case scenario for me. Okay, Hellrider, they can't really attack with though. So that's fine. Whoa. Whoa. Do they have Fire Blast? That doesn't even... What? I guess they can Fire Blast my Batterskull. I guess that's maybe an option. They Fire Blast the Batterskull so that I don't gain the life or block. And then they hit me for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's an option. Yeah, okay, fair enough. That tells me they have a land in hand for Shrine of Burning Rage. Fair enough, opponent. Fair enough. I guess I should have seen what I'm drawing. Get a land. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'll gain 4. I think the longer this game goes, the better it is for me. So now I can go Plains. I'm Banishing like the Hellrider. And then I think I still actually just die. That was actually a pretty good play from them because by Banishing like the Shrine, I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I Banishing like the Hellrider, I take 1, 2, 3. I guess they need to draw a land if I Banishing like the Hellrider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I guess they have to have a land in hand for trying to kill me. So we'll go for this. It's unlikely to work. I'm admitting that, but if it does work, then next turn I get to equip Batterskull to Stoneforge and kill them. Obviously, if they just have a land, they still don't kill me outright, actually. Wow, Goblin Guide is doing work. So, the problem is I have to block here. Now I have to draw Faith's Fetters. Yeah. That's a lot of land. So they just pop Shrine of Burning Rage and I die. So we'll move on to game 3. That was a really good Fire Blast play by the opponent. I'm on the play. I think we run it back. Let's see if we can do this. We're going first. Any land in this hand is quite nice, but it is very slow. I'm gonna keep, just because I have all of the heavy hitters against mono red, and I'm running, I think, only 17, but it's a gamble. If it pays off, I'll be fine. They're leading on Swiftspear. Because I only have 1 5-drop left in my deck, 1 4-drop. The rest are 3 or 2 drops. So, just land here? Okay. I think if I get to untap and play Kitchen Finks, I should be in good shape. I'm going to play Finks before Brimaz because they do have that creature that stops me from gaining life. And I'd like to maximize my Kitchen Finks value while I can. Giver of Runes, you're a little bit late to the party, but that's okay. Go ahead. I'll aggressively trade off with the Finks. If they don't have the thing that stops me from gaining life right here, I think the game's close to over, especially if I can draw a third land. We can Face Fetters the Shrine of Burning Rage when the time comes. I think I'm going to wait a few turns because it's not doing anything immediately. And I will trade with the Swift Spear here. I didn't think they had a Lightning Bolt. They're up to 21. Brimaz Spirit. What do you think about this? I kind of like Giver of Runes plus Spirit, but Brimaz is just a house. I'm just going to play Brimaz. I can fit Giver of Runes into my curve kind of wherever. I'm going to hold back Kitchen Finks for a turn that also could be incorrect. But I don't want them like, yeah, charring my Brimaz and then hitting with Beaumont Courier and winning the game that way. Here's a Plains. So now, I think now I just do this. Face Fetters the Shrine. Hold back the Finks. Set up for Batterskull hopefully next turn. Goblin Rabble Master is really bad in the face of a Batterskull, I'll tell you that. Oh. Okay, that's a combo. I'll give them that. I will block here. I don't want them to get infinite Skull Clamp targets. They can clamp the Beaumont Courier, but that's not the best. Here we can go with Giver of Runes plus Spirit. They have one card in hand. They can clamp the Beaumont Courier. That seems okay. I don't want to go with Solemn because if they kill my Solemn, like one way they get into this is they draw a kill spell. They kill my Solemn, and then they start clamping their Goblin Rabble Master tokens. Again, this is Skull Clamp being good with tokens more than it is with creatures. So I'll change my valuation. If you have Rabble Master, maybe like Young Pyromancer, I could see it being worthwhile, but you gotta remember they spent a card to get here. So right now Skull Clamp is -1 card, -1 mana. If they do end up Skull Clamping a Goblin, they are trading a card and a creature for 2 cards and 2 mana. So it's like a decent divination. It's when you're clamping 2 or 3 creatures that Skull Clamp really... Oh wait, I have this! What am I thinking? There's no trouble at all! Spirit of the Labyrinth! So, 1 damage to each creature, 2 damage to each opponent, destroy target artifact. Oh, that must not be the modes they chose. It's going to be 1 to each creature and then 4 to me. So they don't draw anything here. Oh, they do. They just get it. Okay, so it's killing everything I take damage. Land. Nice. So, can you do 4 damage? It's possible I'm supposed to lead with Solemn, but the upside here is just so high if it goes through. Okay, Vortex stops the life gain, but it doesn't stop the 4/4. So if it's Vortex into Mizzium Mortars, that's a problem, but otherwise we're okay. Okay, they clamp there, and they also get a Goblin. Definitely blocking the Goblin. Not sure I agree with the attack, but I guess they don't have much else they can do, so I think it's fine. So we attack for 4. Then I'm going to play Solemn. Getting cards out of my deck seems worthwhile. Their ability to prevent my life gain is quite frustrating though, because Batterskull would just take over the game here. They go down to 13. This race is pretty scary though. They draw a land, they have 6 mana. Mizzium Mortar's Overload? Okay, Hazoret was an exceptional draw for them. I might actually lose this. They swing out. The Goblin gets bigger. What are we doing here? Because I don't want to give them cards. I'm getting beaten by Skull Clamp. This is the most reasonable block. I take 5 in the process. I think I'll do that. I guess the old Skull Clamp Hazoret combo isn't the best combo. But if they just draw burn spells now, I'm at 8 life. They have shown that they have Fire Blast. Zergo cannot block. They drew 2 1-drop? Okay, I was gonna say, drawing 2 1-drops is sketchy. I go to 8. Draw Dismember, which actually does deal with Hazoret, although puts me dangerously low on life. Attack with the Germ. The Zergo cannot block. Then we play the Copter. Rin Wingmare, I can still cast Dismember if I need to. This is a very, very close game regardless of the outcome. They go to 6. I'm at a virtual 6. Casting Dismember puts me at a virtual 2. I don't like that at all. They Flame Slash, targeting my Germ. I use the Germ to crew here. They have 1 card in hand. Oh, you know what I should have done? I don't even know if that's good actually, but I could have dismembered the Zergo. That stops Hazoret from being able to attack. Which is somewhat funny. So dismembering Hazoret, either way I have to let them draw cards, I think. No, I can chump Hazoret. I can chump Hazoret with Smuggler's Copter, and then equip Batterskull to Vryn Wingmare. Because if Vryn Wingmare dies, I don't have a way to win anyway. And this doesn't require me to dismember. Okay, I actually kind of like that. Loot. Ooh, Condemn. Definitely discarding Dismember. The problem with Condemn... Oh, it doesn't gain them life. Okay, get rid of Dismember. And then I Condemn Zergo. So I don't take any damage? Yes. So if their last card in hand is a way to kill Vryn Wingmare, then I'm in trouble. But if it's not, then we're doing okay. Yes! It was not! Oh, that was very close. Very, very close. I will see you guys next round. Alright, we were playing against... Okay, so I think I've played against this opponent before. And the last time I did not understand their name, but people said that it's a joke on Play to Win. I think because NG is like W in some language. So I think it's Play to Win. Sorry I got the name wrong before. Hey, it's Caleb! See, they're a nice person. Hey, good luck, have fun. They did it in all caps. That's quite respectable. I mean, I'm not going to mulligan this hand on the play. Hopefully they go like turn 1 thing and I get to Relic Order it. But Condemn is so much worse than Swords to Plowshares. But it's still playable, and that says a lot about how good Swords to Plowshares is. Well, I mean, they did go turn 1 thing. I guess I got what I asked for. So there's that. Not happy about it, but happy to not be playing against Soul Ring, that's for sure. Do I attack with Relic Order? Snapcaster Mage gets me and Condemn gets me. I think that's a risk I have to take. I can't just never attack, right? Like, if they want to flash in Snapcaster Mage to get a Soul Ring, that's fine. And I'm actually... Blade Splicer. I'm gonna get down Spirit, actually. Plays around Mana Tithe and Daze. Stops them. Okay. Gets countered by Miscalc all the same. And the benefit there is Blade Splicer is 4 power, Spirit is 3. So I would rather get Blade Splicer in play if this becomes a game of attrition. If it's not a game of attrition, I'd rather have Spirit earlier because Blade Splicer... Ooh, that's bad. Because Blade Splicer attacks better into things, whereas Spirit dies to basically anything. Teferi makes Condemn just the worst card. But I do get to go Leon and Relic Order into Smuggler's Copter here. Which is a good amount of pressure. And I would rather resolve Relic Order, so like when playing around Daze, this sequencing makes more sense than the other way around. Okay, it seems like opponent has... They do have Daze! Remember how I always play around Daze and everyone makes fun of me? But in this case, that's like... You have to keep these things in mind when playing Vintage Cube. Because like, if they Daze my Relic Order and then I resolve Smuggler's Copter, then they untap with 5 mana. That's just really bad for me. Here, I mean, hopefully things go well and then I get to kill Teferi. Hopefully. Beautiful. Okay, there we go. I did lose a Smuggler's Copter, which I'm a little bit sad about. That card is insane. And a leak that. That's a lot of counter magic, which I think in general is going to be bad against my deck, but is good in general. Glenalendra, counter target spell, so we can Fate's Fetters Glen, or we can Condemn Glen. Ooh, quite like this. We can Fate's Fetters Glenalendra, and then Rishid import their planes, so they don't have access to white mana. Seems good. Tap this. So let's just hope they have like a bunch of Gideon stuck in hand. No! You can't draw another planes, that's not fair. Vanishing Light. Okay, that'll be useful later on, I guess. And now Soul Ring is not as good. I don't care too much if my opponent gets Soul Ring back. Because it, like, they have a bunch of mana, so the boost is not as relevant. And it's definitely possible they have a bunch of double white cards stuck in hand. Although, I'm drawing lands too. Uh-oh, what is this? Vendilion Click. Will they take Banishing Light? Problem is, they can give me like a Gideon, right? Or a Revelark. Both of those would be quite nice. Brimaz. Yeah, that seems good. Play Brimaz. I don't know of any card. They already used Mana Leak, so I don't know of anything that counters unless I pay 4. They already saw the planes, so there's no reason in hiding that. I'm not going to trade off Relic Water. Giving them the option just seems silly, because I can condemn their Vendilion Click. Tap their white. I don't even think I'm going to condemn the Vendilion Click. Yeah, the fact that they're holding back, I think, is a good sign for me. Giver of Runes is very nice. We just attack with Brimaz. They don't do anything. I'll play into a Wrath. They would have to have Wrath in hand and top deck an untapped white source. Both of which are like not the most likely thing. But a Wrath does just destroy me here, because they kill everything, they get back Glenalendra, they get their Soul Ring back. That would be bad. Ooh, Mutavault's actually pretty good. So, how much damage is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I think I like attacking with Leon and Relic Order now. They haven't shown that they have too much going on. And if they want to try and trade Leonin for a Giver of Runes activation, that seems fine. So blue. Play Mutavault. Pass turn. And this is... The non-basic lands are very, very helpful here. This is why I value Rishadan Port and Mutavault so highly. They just make it so that... I mean, my opponent very clearly at this point has double white cards in hand. Just can't cast them because I have a land. Which is just ridiculous to think about. It's a land. It taps for mana sometimes, and then sometimes it wins you the game. That's a lot of power from one card. There you go. And that is how a pile of random white cards can beat Teferi Days, Miscalc, Mana Leak, Glenalendra, Vendilion Click. They're playing control. Part of me thinks I'm better off just staying consistent and like going under their counter magic. I didn't see any Wrath of God, so I don't know too much about that. I think Jite is going to be quite good. I think I'm better off just staying consistent and trying to go under their counter magic than bringing in like Glenn and Jace and things like that. Just do this. Alright, we are on the draw. Pretty decent hand I will keep. Hopefully no turn 1 Soul Ring from the opponent. Nice. Okay, so now we know they have Days Miscalc, so if they just pass with 2 mana up, I'm not going to cast a spell. Most likely. I think from what I've seen from this opponent, if I can get down Brimaz, they're going to have a hard time dealing with it. Okay, they're just passing. This is interesting. I think being on the draw, I'm not in a position to play around Days, actually. Yeah, because if that sticks, they don't have Days, because they would have just hard cast it. They probably don't have Miscalc, although their decision could have been to just Miscalc whatever I play next, or they have Disenchant. But the good sequence here would be if my opponent... Blood Crypt. Whoa! Okay, I don't know what I'm playing against anymore. What is happening? They must have gone deep on their sideboarding. 3 mana to Fairy Bounce Smuggler's Copter. This card's so stupid. Oh man, yeah. Endura. So I can play Smuggler's Copter and play around Days, but then I'm not playing around other things. I'm gonna play into Days. They have it, they have it. Okay, because this gives me 2 creatures that independently can kill Teferi. And then next turn I'm set up for Relic Water plus Copter or something else. Sword of Temptation. That's that's worse. That's a lot worse. Okay. I don't like that at all. Now what? Sword of Temptation, huh? So here I can go with Brimaz, or I can go with Relic Warder on the Golem Smuggler's Copter. I actually kind of want them to attack with Sword of Temptation. So here's the concern. They didn't have counter magic turn 2, although maybe they did and they just wanted something to bounce with the Copter. That's totally valid. If I play Smuggler's Copter, they're not incentivized to attack with Sower, and then I don't have an easy way to kill it with Gideon. Brimaz is good in this situation. It blocks the... I think I'm just going to get down Brimaz. It plays around Days too, which it's now definitely possible they had Days turn 2 and they just didn't want to cast it because they can bounce it with Teferi and then get more value later. This card is unbelievably silly. Because it was 3 mana, they undid 2 of my mana, they drew a card. I also cannot interact with instant speed. They're about to undo more of my mana and draw a second card. And then, again, if I don't kill it, they're going to keep doing that. It's like a divination channel It's like a divination that gives you like mana drains worth of mana that compounds over time. It's quite silly. Okay, they play Gideon. They have 1 mana up. It could be Spell Pierce. They could just ultimate Gideon. That would be impressive. They don't do anything. Batter Skull's good. So Fate's Fetters doesn't do anything because they could just bounce it with Teferi. I'm gonna play into things. Really hope this goes well for me. Okay, that went nicely. So we force them to attack Gideon. They can give me some Brimaz and things, and then hopefully that can allow us to swing back and kill their Gideon. They could, I think a good play here for them would be to just trade Teferi for bouncing Brimaz, and that gets a lot of damage on Gideon and prevents me from killing their creatures. Yeah, I think that is correct. And then they can even uptick Gideon. Oh wait, that gets bad, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If they uptick Gideon, I have to chump block. But then I get to swing back and kill Gideon, unless they have a counter spell. Okay, they do uptick, and I will chump block. The benefit of their uptick Gideon there is it stops my Gideon from being able to kill their Sower of Temptation. So now this feels like they probably have like a Vendilion click or something to stop my Gideon from killing their Gideon. Because I'm okay trading Gideons here. The problem here... yeah, that's the problem. Now they have 2 blockers. And also a Monastery Mentor. And Wingmare is fine. So... definitely just uptick Gideon. Then I go Smuggler's Copter. I guess I want to resolve Brimaz before Smuggler's Copter, most likely. Brimaz into Copter. Or do I want the Relic Warder? Relic Warder can eat their Dimir Signet. Because I can't actually block with the Copter. I'll play the Copter. This means I have the option of blocking Sower of Temptation with Smuggler's Copter if I want to. Their deck is a lot more colors than I saw game 1 though. I really want to, I guess that's what the black is for. Ashiok. Honestly, I'm pretty happy to see all these like random splash cards. It just means that their deck's going to be overall less consistent than mine. Which, over the course of a 3-game series, you would hope would help. They hit no creatures. Bad cards for me, that's good. Oh, that's clever. Okay, they emblem Gideon. And then they attack. All at Gideon. So... I can eat a Knight Ally token, but I think it just makes more sense to kill the Sower of Temptation while I can. Lets me loot. Santo Vanguard is not the greatest. Oh, and they get a monk back on defense. I didn't think about that. Oh, I didn't realize that. That's bad. Yikes. I guess Vanguard plus Batterskull is kind of scary, but I'm gonna discard the Vanguard. They're playing Mentor, which means Vryn Wingmare is gonna do some work against them. My Gideon dies. I wish I could Leonin Relic Order their Gideon emblem. It looks like an artifact. I should be able to hit it. They're holding up mana. It's gotta be counter magic. Okay, so we're gonna move to combat. See what happens. This is going to attack Gideon alongside the 1/1, and this is going to attack Ashiok. So they can flash in Vendilion Click and then like chump block, but that's still not amazing because I get to... I guess Vendilion Click in particular is problematic because I have Fate's Fetters. They're not blocking, which means they maybe have removal? No. Okay, that's good. Okay, what next? Brimaz is doing good things. Ashiok isn't the most threatening card yet. I'm gonna play Legion's Landing into... Vryn Wingmare, I guess? Legion's Landing... I don't think that flips, because this creates a creature that is attacking. I also wanted all my mana available. This hurts me and them. That seems fine. Very happy I did not cast a spell before combat. Then they would still have their Gideon and that would be bad. So Mana Leak gets countered, which is fine with me. The monk tokens are problematic. They hit land, Rashad and Port, it's fine. I just need to find a situation where I can Batterskull up a Brimaz. Or a Jite. Jite would completely wipe this game, or break this game wide open. Nahiri the Harbinger. Yikes. This is a really good Monastery Mentor deck. Kill my Golem. They have 2 cards in hand. Oblivion Stone. Okay, so if things go poorly, they can wipe the board. And they're tapped out. So if I want to... Well, I'm like gonna take a ton of damage this turn, aren't I? Only if they want to lose their creatures. This is rough. I think I have to chump. I don't think I can block with Brimaz. I draw a land. I don't think we're winning this one. But we'll keep fighting. We'll play Batter Skull. I don't have any good attacks with Brimaz because they just block with 2 monks. Pass turn. Hope that they have like literally nothing in hand. They hit 3 things. Condemn, Winds of Abandon. Winds of Abandon would have been my out, actually. They do have Mana Tithe. I knew it. This person knows how to draft Vintage Cube. And the other thing that's good for me to know is they still have it in their deck. So if I have the opportunity to play around Mana Tithe in Daze, it's definitely something I need to put at high importance. What do I want to see here? I want to see them cast Languish. That would be pretty good. Or no. What's the one that's -3/-3? That would be the ideal card for them to cast. Glenalendra. That makes Face Fetters quite a bit worse. Okay, another land. Ashiok's a big problem. It's such a problem. Alright, let's attack Ashiok. I should have Face Fettered Ashiok when I had the chance. Yep, we killed a 3/3. Play land. We Relic Order their Oblivion Stone, although that doesn't really matter. Yes. And I'll equip Batter Skull. Leon and Relic Order. 6/6, Lifelink, Vigilance. The dealing click takes Face Fetters. That's not the end of the world. I draw land. That is the end of the world. Exile the top 3. They hit Giver Rune, Season Hollowblade, and a Plains. Every time I try and disregard Ashiok, she just kills me. Oh man. Although, I'm really not dying to Ashiok, I'm dying to Monastery Mentor, which I think is more true. They discard Daze. I wonder if they will keep Mana Tithe Daze in on the draw. Actually, yeah, I'm just dying to Mentor. If they didn't have Monastery Mentor in play, I think my board state would be more than enough to race Ashiok. They hit me for 7. I just need the double strike of Johnny. That would be pretty good. Mother of Runes. Okay. Gives me some hope. Let's attack Ashiok with Leonin Relic Order, keeping back Brimaz. They just chump. But Mother of Runes. And they don't know that I drew a Plains. Although I have 7. I guess there's nothing I could do that would make me change my mind. So I think holding this land is just correct here. They're hitting me for 7, but I'm gaining 6 per turn. And if they don't kill Mom, I will be able to go down to 7, down to 6, down to 4, down to 3. I'll have 3 cards in hand. Turn deck. I think it's technically possible for me to still win. But so many things would have to go right. They would need to continue attacking with Glenalendra and Vendilion Click and disregard my Leonin Relic Order or my Mother of Runes activation. And I would have to draw a relevant spell that's a non-creature spell here somehow. I think the correct play from them was actually to attack with Glenalendra Vendilion Click. Actually, yes, I think this is the optimal play from them. Attack with both of these. I take 7. Then they Azorius Signet, counter it with their own Glenalendra that untaps Glenalendra. And this is still 6 power of flyers in play. And then my Mother of Runes play doesn't work. I can't get through because they still have an untapped blue creature. But they have the ability to do lethal damage next turn. Although, I guess it would not have worked out because I draw Banishing Light. Alright, give you protection from white. Move to combat, attack Ashiok. Okay, let that through. Didn't expect that one. See if they counter it. Okay, this just makes me take 1 less damage in the air next turn. Just decreases their clock, which I find quite useful. Down to 3. They hit my Revelark and my Stoneforge. I don't think they've hit Jite. So they exile Mom, which I don't like. Yeah, now they keep everything back. There's the Jite. I don't think I want them to know about that. I'll just concede. Hide my secrets, because Jite is really powerful in this matchup. If I resolve a Jite, their Glen, their Vendilion Click just do nothing. I think I like just staying as consistent as possible. Their deck looks good, but with ambitious mana. I'm considering Field of Ruin, actually. They disconnected, uh-oh. Field of Ruin, that could actually mana screw them. I'll keep that in. Alright, they're back. Disconnection over. Let's go first. Yeah, I mean, this is a hand. The old 1, 2, 3. If they counter my Adanto Vanguard on turn 2, they can't. Okay, and I'm very glad I brought in Field of Ruin. That seems pretty pertinent right now. They can't daze the Vanguard. They start taking damage. Things are going my way. Now all their counter magic is effectively dead aside from Mana Leak on Giver. But I will play into that because they're playing Azorius Signet. Here to the Labyrinth. Ooh, this is good. I think I prefer Giver of Runes resolving. Also, them casting Daze here is actually still quite bad for them. So, like, if they Daze, sure, they go down on cards, but this is a lot of pressure. If they have Wrath of God next turn, that'd be unfortunate. But I didn't see it from them. If I get to flip Legion's Landing, that's going to be huge. If they just go, like, Gideon, and then I flip Legion's Landing, Banishing Light the Gideon, or Banishing Light the creature and kill the Gideon, that's going to be huge. They have to shock off of Blood Crypt. I guess, my guess is Blood Crypt is not there for... No, because they're playing Nahiri. I guess it is there for red-black. I've done that. I can't blame the opponent. Collective Brutality. I lose 2 life, they gain 2 life, they kill Giver. Interesting that they're not killing Adanto Vanguard. I don't actually know what to make of that. I don't like that. We're going to attack. Flip this. We go to 8. Let's go land and Adanto. That's actually 8 damage, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I can make a token end of turn and then kill their blocker, we're in business. I considered banishing lighting the Azorius Signet, but that seems worse than just dealing with whatever they put into play. I don't quite get killing Giver of Runes instead of Adanto Vanguard, though. Opponent appears to be in a bad situation. They've been deliberating a lot on what to use their mana. My guess is they have like Monastery Mentor plus another thing. Ooh, that's kind of annoying actually. So they can Nahiri exile Adanto Vanguard. I can't do anything to stop that. Fair enough. Now we play Adanto. They're very heavily telegraphing Mana Tithe. That could be because they know that I like to play around Mana Tithe, but something to look into. We can kill Nahiri with these and then attack them. The other option is putting them to 3, but I think I like doing this more. This puts them like permanently on the back foot. They're still going to 5. I have 5 power in play. I don't play Blade Splicer while they can't easily counter it, because that's a lot of power. And we know their deck has Mana Tithe, Daze, Miscalculation, Mana Leak, so that's 4 cards that are essentially dead at this point in the game. Gideon doesn't do it, I don't think. Gideon plus Mana Leak doesn't do it. Plains. I'm just gonna Winds of Abandon the Knight Ally. Can't think of a card. We're gonna cast here. Can't think of a card that gets them out of this. Like a Flash Balance would be pretty rough, but GG's. That second game was crazy. A lot of Planeswalkers and things. I like those types of games, but this is what Mono White's here to do. Just play things early and kill them. And would you look at that? We're playing Mono White. We're going for a trophy. See you guys there. Alright, we're playing against Nacho Supreme Esquire. Had a bit of connection issues at the beginning. They said hope to see this on YouTube, and I say it will be. This hand's quite nice. We got the old Stoneforge Batterskull combo. I'm gonna keep this hand. It's got Disruption, a good 2-drop, a good plan. Okay. When they say hope to see this on YouTube, I see what's going on. They have Black Lotus. Hopefully it's just... Yes, okay. Oh, what? Honestly, I don't hate that Black Lotus exchange. They did get to draw a card of the Courser, which was the bigger issue. But honestly, this is not the end of the world. We're just going to dismember the Courser. I guess I want to see what they're drawing, right? Because they're just playing green. So they drew the bird. Search for Tomorrow was on top. Okay, that's fine. They gain a life. I'm not too concerned about their life total. For me, this is just a battle of attrition. Sylvan Library. Okay, that's a problem. Then they play their bird. Then I play Stoneforge and grab Jite. I get to condemn the Courser here, which is quite nice. Because now I save Dismember for something scarier. And then I get to Stoneforge for Jite. Pretty... Not the worst experience running into a turn 1 Black Lotus. The problem is their life is high, so now they could just aggressively pay down with Sylvan Library, and that is probably what's going to kill me. So I think in this game, Sylvan Library is going to end up significantly better than Black Lotus. If the opponent aggressively pays life, I think they should pay 8 life every single time. Unless they... I guess they have Search for Tomorrow, so they can shuffle. So They still paid 8 life, which it makes sense to me. Or oh, okay. That is a good one to dismember. I really, really need to draw a land this turn. Because Oracle plus Sylvan Library, that's not a good time. Search for tomorrow, they suspense. They have 1 card in hand. I don't know what it is. We need an untapped land. And we get it. Okay. So I don't want them to know what's going on with Dismember. We play that. I'm going to... If I draw... Man, if I can put a Batterskull into play and then GT things, that's going to be insane. So we're going to pass turn. Let them activate Sylvan Library. Search for Tomorrow comes into play. They're going to draw Acidic Slime. That's actually really nice to know about. Progenitus was revealed. Okay. So they have Natural Order. I can see they drew Progenitus, Acidic Slime, and something else. Slime, let's just hope they casted pre-combat. They're keeping Slime on top? Weird. Very weird. This might work out really nicely. Why did they keep Slime on top? So, yeah, they could have drawn lands that way. And now they're going to shuffle away Slime. So actually there's no way for them to even hit me with Acidic Slime. That's beautiful. So I could put a GT into play, but then I lose my Stone Forest. So let's put Batterskull down. Because their 1 card in hand is Progenitus. Then we attack with Batterskull. I really think I want to dismember the Oracle, but I also think Mother of Runes is going to be very crucial. So I can go like Mom GT, but then I don't get access to dismember. I guess that's fine for 1 turn. Let's just play Mom. Yeah, because Search for Tomorrow is going to shuffle away the Slime. They make a food, they can gain some life eventually. Okay, Worm Coil. Not the best, not the best situation for me. Strip Mine? Uh-oh. This is getting more dire. Because now, I guess I can... Problem is Worm Coil is Death Touch, right? So I need to get like a GT counter and then Dismember to kill Worm Coil, but then they still get things. Yeah, so I think at this point we're going to Dismember the Oracle. Because they're going to go land, Strip Mine, kill my planes. Yes. Now, they play Worm Coil, but I can get down a Vryn Wingmare before Worm Coil Engine does too much. And then I can put GT onto Vryn Wingmare. Because I'll still have 2 lands in play. And if I draw Oblivion Ring, the game actually just kind of ends. Ooh, another land there was very good. What do I want to do now? I can play and equip GT. The Germ. I can just play Vryn Wingmare? That seems pretty bad. Let's play and equip GT. Because I know 2 of my opponent's 3 next draws. 1 is Strip Mine. So I equip to the Germ. And then pass turn, I guess. Because I would rather have Worm Coil Engine die on their turn than my turn. And at least at the moment, I know 2 of the top 3 cards. So if they want to just draw Strip Mine, they can. If they're paying life, that is a bit scary. And one of the cards in their hand is Progenitus, I think. No, I'm wrong, because they just drew Strip Mine. What is the last card in their hand? It would... Oh no. Oh boy. Okay, that's probably game over. They kill Batterskull, I have nothing to block. GT. Oh gosh, that's so bad. Oh, they killed GT! Oh man, they didn't kill Batterskull. Alright. I mean, it's still bad, but not as bad as it could have been. Kill that. Wow, Woodfall Primus off the top. I thought I saw them draw Progenitus, but clearly I was wrong. So I can Banishing Light the Worm Coil Engine, and then Mother of Runes gives the Germ protection from green, and then I can attack. That doesn't seem like the worst. Yeah, I'm so glad they killed the GT and not the Germ. They're down to 13. I'm going to take 6. I know one of the top 3 cards from my opponent, but I mean, there's a lot of things they could have that just kill me. They've shown Natural Order. So if they go Natural Order sacking Woodfall Primus, they paid life, which suggests they probably don't have anything good and they're trying to dig. Nope, never mind. They're spending a bunch of mana. Man, 2 Haymakers I can't handle. I could have handled... That one's going to be hard to handle. Take the 6, but now they have protection, reach, trample things. This is getting harder. I can equip Batterskull to... This is a 6/6, so if I equip Batterskull to the Blade Splicer token, then it can survive. So I guess we're going to do that. I need to draw land to make that happen, but it's my best shot. When it makes a food, I think I should be set up for this matchup. I have Jite, I have Wrath of God, I have Gideon Jura. Gideon would be really good here. Well, I need a land, but you know what I mean. Yeah, Sylvan Library is one heck of a card. The fact that they didn't pay life tells me it's probably just something that kills me. But I guess we'll see. Please attack with Woodfall. They did not. They didn't attack with anything. I don't hate that. So now I can play Plains, equip Germ to the Golem at a 7 power. The problem is they could just block with Woodfall Primus and then kill Batterskull. That's a problem. So here's what I need to do. Plains, equip here. Give this protection from green. Then they can't block with Woodfall Primus. And it has first strike. It's also a 7/7, if that matters. They just take it. So we're at 19-2. So they can no longer pay mana into, or pay life into Sylvan Library. We'll see what they have. They make a food. Oh, right. So they can gain life here. They can pay. They go up to 8. Gilded Goose. 3 life gain a turn is actually pretty relevant. That's kind of analogous to 2 mana draw a card every turn when you have Sylvan Library out. Okay, they didn't pay life. I guess I can remove the stop in their draw step. So they attack for 6. I just take it. Acidic Slime, Wall of Roots is all fine. Is that game? I think that's game. Relic Warder. No, it's not. I'm 1 short. Yeah, I'm 1 damage short. So I can Relic Warder their Stone Coil. I guess this works. We Relic Warder the Stone Coil, and then we play Vryn Wingmare. And that represents a 2-turn clock. We give protection from green here. Hit them for 7. Can I beat Craterhoof? 2, 3. I don't think I can ever beat a Craterhoof here, so it just makes sense to play Vryn Wingmare. It like moderately limits their plays, and it also has flying. So they cannot activate Sylvan Library to draw, so if they don't find the best card here, they do die to the Golem. Please don't beat Craterhoof. Please, come on! Maybe I could have survived Craterhoof. I don't think so. Wait, maybe I still can. Maybe I was supposed to just play Kitchen Finks and this was a huge mistake. Wait, maybe I'm just alive anyway. I think I just survived this. Yeah, I'm just totally fine here. Okay, never mind. I'm not complaining about Craterhoof. I win. Ooh, that was close. It's lagging a lot. Did opponent concede and it's just taking time to register? What's happening? Oh, I see. I can't block Gilded Goose. Okay. So right now I'm taking 11 plus 6 is 17. Plus 12 is 29. I'm gaining 7, so 22. Let's do the math again. So 6 plus 11 is 17. This doesn't do any damage. So this is 12 plus 17 is 27, 29. Minus 7 from this lifelink puts me down to 22. So this keeps me alive. And I'm blocking, I think I don't need to block with the Blade Splicer, but it's just a little bit extra. They do die here though. They get back their 0/0. I go to 3. I give my Golem protection from green. I could have also equipped to the Vryn Wingmare. Both of those are equivalent. And they die! Oh, that was close. I did in fact survive a Craterhoof Behemoth. And a Black Lotus. Taking down green. Oh, that was a good game. Wrath of God feels like something I want to bring in. Really can help me recover from board stalls. I don't love Rishadan Port on the draw against green. And there are some dorky ground creatures that aren't that good. Brimaz is very good. Face Fetter, Solemn. Actually, I think the dorky ground creatures are fine. Copter Jite. I like Wrath on the draw. I guess I can get rid of Solemn. It's pretty clunky. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright. Game 2. We're on the draw. I think I'm just gonna set up for a big Wrath of God. I can like jabate them with Adanto Vanguard and then just pay the life. They also mulligan, so Wrath of God is gonna be more impactful. Ooh. Do I just hard commit? What if I don't draw a land? Basically, I'm deciding if I want to play Legion's Landing or save it for post-Wrath. I think I'm gonna go for max greed and just commit to the Wrath of God game plan. Because it's unlikely, given the contents of their deck, that I get to attack with the Legion's Landing token here. They probably play like Wall of Roots or something? No? Interesting. Well, let's play Danto Vanguard then. Maybe this was not a good idea? We'll see. Oracle. Guys, Cradle! Okay. I'm gonna give them one more turn with Oracle in play because they have Gaia's Cradle. I'm also gonna offer the trade with Mutavault. If things go so badly if they block here, but I didn't think they would. So the hope is that here they commit a whole bunch to the board. They're drawing Eternal Witness, which makes this a little bit worse, but I'm hoping they just play a ton of creatures, then I can wrath their board away. Yes, that's what I wanted to see. They do get to Eternal Witness the Mer Battlesphere, but it's going to be a long time before they can do anything about it. Let's pay life, give it indestructible. Wrath, attack. They draw Eternal Witness, get back the Battle Ball, but they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now they have 6 mana. I guess it's technically possible. They could also get back Oracle, that would be a bit better for me. Okay. Now we just need to hope they don't hit lands on top. Although, I guess it's kind of equivalent, right? If they hit lands on top, no, because that gives them more mana, but 2 lands on top is very good. Unit Relic Warder. So, want to kill Oracle. I guess the only way to do that is with Banishing Light, because they're drawing a dead card. Exile this. Play a land. Attack for 3. Then play Seasoned Hollowblade. Then if I need to, I know what they drew. It's nothing. They can attack. Seems not advised. So we're going to go Legion's Landing. Make a thing. Attack with Mutavault. This can flip the Legion's Landing. And they kind of have to block here. I guess they don't need to, but if they don't block here, they're... Whoa. I can't Winds of Abandon in good faith. I don't think Craterhoof even kills me, so let's just make an Adanto token and probably win. Nice! There we go. This is actually very, very telling. Immediately after making a video about how white is good, I play white. Get a trophy. That was a very interesting finals, actually. I liked their deck, I liked the games. This was one of the worst mono white decks I've had in a long time, actually. It just had a lot of play to it, which I like. It was consistent. You know, I never got color screwed. I did get a bit lucky, like drawing lands when I needed to, but you need that to trophy. Jite, Batterskull, really winning combination. And Mother of Runes is an insane card too. I never really got too much value off Gideon, but the rest of the cards were quite nice. See you guys next time.